Good afternoon everyone, Michael here from Car Crazy again. And well, first of all I'm just going to show you I'm somewhere different today. It's in my little area, but just I'm at a little lake or pond or whatever you want to call it. So I come down here to do some photography. In fact, after this video that's exactly what I'm going to do. Do a little photography around here. Anyway, that's where I am today, nice little spot here. One of the main reasons it's so blasted hot. We've had one of the craziest hot summers ever, I think. Apparently it's hottest summer in 120 years or something here in Japan. So yeah, even up here, out where we are, it's about 850 metres above sea level here, but it's been mad hot. Not as humid as obviously lower down, but it's been still pretty hot up here, getting up close to 30 or even 30 some days here. So we're in past mid-September and we've still got summer weather, so I'm here in the trees a bit under the shade. That's a bit cooler to do the video, but anyway, it's a nice spot here. So yeah, so today I'm going to, well, it's a bit of a mix really. First of all, I'm going to do like a review of having this car after a year, what I think to it, etc. And then I'm going to talk to you a bit about the new Land Cruiser, and also what I'm going to be doing in future videos. So please do stay on and watch it all. Right, well, first of all, about the car. Well, I've done getting on for 13,000 kilometres, so not that many yet, but done a few with it anyway. Been out and about several places with it. Was going to go camping this summer, but it's just been too hot, and we live in a highland, so we didn't really want to go camping in a highland. We want to go somewhere else, like on the coast or lower down, and it's just too hot, and so we haven't been yet. Just been out a few days, barbecue, that sort of thing, but that's about it. So that's why there's no camping videos on my channel, but hopefully in this autumn we'll get out and do a bit of camping, we'll see. Anyway, as far as the car goes, yeah, I'm really happy with it. Absolutely happy with it. Really liking it a lot. And I've got just a few little things which, well, it's not a fault of the car, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just could have been, well, I don't know whether you could say better, or it's just something that I would have liked. And one is the door pockets. I may have mentioned this before in the video, but they're not that big for a big car. I can't get my big flask in here. My other car was much smaller, and that would just sort of, you know, you could just sort of nearly chuck it in there and that would fit in there. I can only get a tiny little bottle in here really. I can't even get a 1 litre bottle in here. The other car to get 1.5 or even 2 litre bottle in a pocket easily. So that's one thing that's a little annoying, which I wish was a bit bigger, but there you go, it is what it is. It's not, like I say, it's not the fault of the car, it's just how it's designed in the first place. Another thing, well, as an easy workaround is the lack of USB sockets, but all I've done is got this little tiny adapter, that thing here, tiny little adapter, and just put it in here. So I have 3 USB sockets, which is more than enough what I need. The new Land Cruiser does have more sockets in it, but yeah, anyone wants an easy fix and you put that in there. I mean, that looked like almost as a factory fitted thing. If I didn't tell anyone, they probably wouldn't know if they haven't seen these cars before. So so yeah, I did that. I have this one as well, which I can plug in if I want more. I can just plug that into here, and that little tiny adapter that's in there, I pull that out of there. So I can just put that in there like that, stick that in there and that one in there. So if I had that in there, that'd give me 4 then. I've got 4, but I don't need that at the minute, so I'll just leave that one out. I'll just put that in there. Yeah, so that was one thing, but that seems on the newer one they've cured that by putting more things in. But the other one is the gear shifter for when you're on the manual. So I don't know if you can see that, the plus and minus here. Where are we there? Right, I wish it was the other way round. Plus towards me and minus away from me. It's maybe a funny thing that most people wouldn't take much notice to it, but my BMW, it's the opposite to here, and my truck and van, they're both manual. So obviously when I'm pulling the gear lever away from me, it's going into first. Towards me, it's in second. I know it's going up higher when I go back and over to third and fourth, but I don't know, it's kind of instinctively pulling the lever towards me should go up in the gears rather than down in the gears on here. So it's just obviously it's not a problem, a fault of the car, but it would have been nice if it was the other way around. The new Land Cruiser is exactly the same as this, so which is a bit of a shame. I did ask Toyota if it could be changed the other way round. They said no. I imagine it probably could. It's probably just a matter of changing something in the program, or the switch or wiring could be swapped, but anyway, they said it can't be done, or at least probably not easily. So, but anyway, that's that. That's, like I say, it's not a fault of the car. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just for my personal preference more than anything. That's that. That's about it there. One other thing. Again, that's on the new Land Cruiser. It's the opposite. The boot flips up, whereas this opens out like that. On the new Land Cruiser, it flips up. My other two cars, it flipped up. When I first got it, I didn't really think that would be much of a problem at all. But it actually is. When it's raining, it absolutely just blows in here everywhere. Even light rain, it soaks inside the car here. So the fact the new one has the boot lid that will, it will flip up is great. But yeah, I mean, to come through everywhere, even the light shower and everything's just getting wet. So if I keep this car, that's one of the mods I'm going to do. I've come up with a mod that will cure that problem. So if I keep this car, which I most certainly will do, I've got a mod planned for this that will cure that problem of getting wet when it rain. So that's for another video. Other than that, no, that's about it. That's just them things. I'd say it's not a problem with the car or anything. It's more of a niggle that I have than anything. But like I say, that is what it is. But yeah, other than that, no, I'm really happy with the car. Very happy. Obviously, it's only done a few kilometres. What it would be like for reliability, we'll see. But I'm expecting it to be very reliable. Yeah, that's it. Economy-wise, it has improved from when I first had it. It does about 10.8, 11, 11.5, depending on sort of as an average on various road conditions. I'm getting probably about 11.5 out of it. So that's not bad. So when I first got it, I was getting a little under 10, I think. So as is normal for a lot of diesel engines, once they've been running a bit, they tend to be just a little more economical. So yeah, that's that. I'm very happy with the engine. I find it's got plenty of power, more than enough for the car. There's a lot of people on YouTube complaining they don't want the new Land Cruiser, the new 250 series that's coming out, because the engine's crap. It's got a diesel engine, 2.8 diesel, and it hasn't got enough power and all that. But I don't know where they get that from. Yeah, maybe if you've been used to driving a 4 or 5 litre V8 or something, or you want to pull like, I don't know, 10-ton trailer, then yeah, probably it would seem like it's not powerful enough. But if you use the car for what it's intended for, it's more than enough. And in Japan here, for anyone who knows about the terrain here, it's like 70% mountainous. So even the motorways go through lots of mountains with steep inclines, and this thing cruises along no problem. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Whether you have it on automatic or on the manual setting, just leave it in top gear and that will just cruise at whatever speed you want it to cruise at. That don't slow down when you get to hills. If you put your foot down, that will speed up quite easily. And yeah, so I'm more than happy with it. at the end of the day, it's a big four-wheel drive. It's not meant to be fast. I think people are comparing it to like sports cars and other cars that are much quicker, or some of the big American pickups or four-wheel drives that got great big engines in. Well, yeah, if you compare it to that, yes, I suppose it would be slow, but as it is by itself, no, it's more than suitable. So I'm anyway happy with it so far, and if I did get the new 250 series Land Cruiser, I would definitely get the same diesel engine again. So that's how happy I am with it. Even if they bring out the hybrid, which I'm not interested in at all, I'd go for the diesel again. That one maybe the hybrid gets better mileage under some circumstances, but no, I prefer the diesel. It's more simple in that sense, I think. I think hybrid, you've got a lot more electronics and motors and batteries, more things to worry about. Well, I think so anyway, so my opinion. Yeah, that's about it for that. Inside, some people say, oh, that's too basic in here, too old-fashioned and whatnot. Yeah, maybe it is, I don't know. Suits me though. I prefer a bit more basic. I don't like the cars that everything is all touch screen, this, touch that, no buttons, no dials. That actually really annoys me, so I much prefer this. And the new Land Cruiser's also followed suit. That's got lots of buttons and switches and whatnot, physical buttons, so easy to operate. Nothing worse than going along and you want to change your temperature and you've got to take your eyes off the road and look at a big screen trying to find where to, on the menu where to adjust things. So yeah. I guess maybe this is not everyone's cup of tea. People want the latest tech, then maybe that's not good for them. But I'm anyway happy with it. I prefer more basic, more reliable, and it does the job I want. So that's the thing. So yeah, I think anyone who's interested in one of these models, you wouldn't go wrong buying one. I think you'd be very happy with it. So yeah, that's it. Maybe I'll do a 2-yearly review or 5-yearly or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, as far as the new Land Cruiser coming out, yeah, one thing I do like I said, is the boot. Once this opens out, that will flip up like my other two cars did, which is definitely better when it's raining or snowing. You've got a bit of protection. But other than that, no. The wheel was underneath on the other car, the same as this, not on the boot. But here you've got this bit where you can sit down on. And, it's solid, you can sit down on there. So I'm not sure about the other car. It looked like the bumper might be shorter, but again, there's none to look at. Once I have a proper look, we can see. But yeah, so the boot opening up is definitely a big plus of the other car. Other than that, no, the inside is different, of course. It does look a bit more, I don't know if you can call it modern or not. It's different. I mean, this one doesn't exactly look too bad in here. I quite like it. Anyway, it's modern but basic. With lots of easy to touch controls and everything. So it's not too much in your face either. So, but yeah, everyone's different, I suppose. But one thing I noticed on all the ones I've seen of the new Land Cruiser, I'll show you, easiest ways to do this one. Right, let's pop the bonnet. I don't know if everyone's noticed it, who's looked at the Land Cruiser videos and things, but this one has the gas shocks on it. The new one has the little metal old-fashioned steel bar. Whether they're all because they're pre-production models, I don't know, but it seemed to me that's all they're going to have. So it seems to be a bit of a step backwards, really. But there you go. Again, that is what it is. Maybe has to keep the price down a bit, cost cutting. I'm not sure, but anyway, here's the engine. Still looks as clean as the day I bought it. And yes, I have been out in rain and mud and things with it. It's not like it hasn't been out in the rain, but it doesn't get dirty in here really. And it's well protected, and because underneath it also has a a bash plate that was, that, I don't know if you can see that, that's a factory fitted bash plate under there. And it seems quite substantial, that. This bit's plastic, but that bit there has pretty well covered up under there. So I guess not a lot of dirt getting here, but yeah, so it has been out in the rain and muddy roads, but yes, I have wiped it a bit inside here obviously, but nothing much. I haven't washed it out down or anything. And as you can see, the engine looks, you wouldn't know it's been used, it's spotless. But yeah, so the new Land Cruiser looks like it doesn't have these gas shields. It's kind of a shame because it's much easier like that if you want to get into there to do things. You haven't got that bar in a way. The wheels, I think the wheels will be the same size as this on the lower model, and the higher spec model has one size up wheels and tyres, but the ground clearance seemed to be lower than on here. I'm not sure whether that's correct or not because there's no real official specs yet, but from what I've seen, people have said it's got a ground clearance of 8.7 inches, which seems pretty low. It's a lot lower than what this one is, if that's the case, which is a bit strange. I don't know that is correct or not. But anyway, that's on, I'll see when the new car comes out. But yeah, it does seem like there might be different size wheels according to the trim level. So that would be interesting to see if that is the case or not. The higher trim level, from what I've seen on some, have got 18-inch rims with 265 1870s, where this is 265 18 265 1870s, where this is 265 1765s. So in theory that should be slightly high off the ground, but I don't know, we'll see. Obviously the new one has different bumpers on it. I do like, whereas this one's got one big solid bumper, that has got, it looked like they're component bumpers. You've got different bits on the new one. So definitely if you're going off-road and you whack your bumper, you've probably only got to change a small piece rather than an entire bumper if you damage it. So I think things like that are good. But it does seem to have a lot of plastic, a lot more plasticky bits around it, which are prone to discoloration after a few years. So I don't know. I do like the shape of the new one a lot and had thought maybe I'll buy it, but looking at this, I like this a lot as well. So I'm probably going to keep this but do some upgrades. I've got some plans for some upgrades for this, quite a few upgrades. So if I keep this, I shall do that, and I shall do videos on the various upgrades that we'll do on here. And not performance upgrades, more aesthetics and usability upgrades, I suppose you could say. So we will see. But yeah, there's still no cars out in the, in the dealers here at all. No spec sheets, nothing. So hopefully something will be out this month, and once I know, I'll go and get the details. I'll probably do another video on it. Next month, late next month, I think from the 25th is it, or 26th of October through, I don't know, what is it, 4th, 5th November, or whatever it is. There's a Tokyo Motor Show, so I should go there, not just to look at obviously Land Cruisers, just to look at the cars and the tech that they got in them in general, but I'm sure that the new Land Cruisers will be there, both the 70 series and the new 250 series, so yeah, that'd be good to see. But I think the new Land Cruiser, it's a bit smaller than the 300 series, but it'll be a bit bigger than this, so not sure about weight. If the weight is the same, that same engine will be more than sufficient. Of course, if it's a lot heavier, well then yeah, it may feel a little bit slower with the same engine as what's in here. So I guess that's something we've got to wait and see. I think if there's an extra 100 kilograms or so, that's not going to make a lot of difference to this engine, but if it's sort of 200-300 kilograms or more, yes, you're probably going to notice a bit more sluggishness, I suppose. But other than that, no, I think that the diesel engine will be good. In Japan here, we'll definitely get the diesel. I think we're having that 2.7 still. God knows why. It's probably a very good engine, reliable, but it's as gutless as anything. So, but anyway, I think we're having that. Whether we get the hybrid, the 2.4 turbo hybrid, petrol, I do not know. But here in Japan, the diesel's much cheaper than petrol. So even if you've got hybrid, because you've got to pay a lot more for the petrol in the first place, I'm not so sure you'd really save a lot anyway. I think slightly less miles to a gallon from the diesel compared to the hybrid, you'd probably be pretty much the same. But in countries where the petrol is cheaper than diesel, then the hybrid might be better in some circumstances. But I don't know how that fare off-road, and if you're going to do a lot of hard off-roading, of course, in hot weather. That's would be interesting to see. Other things about the new Land Cruiser, it will come with both central and rear diff lock, even on the basic model apparently. So no matter what trim level you get, you'll get the rear diff locker as well. So I guess that's a handy addition. Seats, I'm not so sure. I'm very keen on the seats though, on the more basic version. They look they're cloth seats, but they don't look nothing special from what I've seen. But of course I haven't been in the car, only what I've seen on the internet. They might look different in the flesh, but if you want leather seats, you either got to go up a trim or get leather seat covers or something. But yeah, so that's that. So that's that. But yeah, as far as my channel goes, like I say, if I keep this car, which I think almost certainly I will do anyway, because I do like it a lot, and I think the new car is going to be rather ridiculously expensive, and so I think to change it would probably be quite a lot of money required, and which would be really quite stupid to do. It'd be better just to have that money to do upgrades on here or use it for something else. But anyway, I will see when it come out. But yeah, so going ahead with my channel, I'm going to, like I said, if I keep this car, I'm going to do I've got quite a few little upgrades in mind, which of course I'll video and show everyone. And yeah, hopefully this winter we'll get a decent winter and get some proper snow, so I can do some really nice snow driving videos. Last year was a total letdown. We had one little bit of snow once and that's it. So a lot of the off-road courses that were around are sort of closed off now, and places where you could go, you can't really go now. So well, there are some courses around, there's nothing around here. The only thing is I'd have to go out a bit further afield and, you know, take it off-road or something. But so I haven't done really much off-roading with it yet, but more than as much as having it for off-road, of course, well, I do go off-road with it. I have been off-road with it, but nothing, you know, nothing major. I want it for winter, of course, for driving through snow, and so I go skiing a lot, so I use it for that as much as anything. But and of course it's good for space, and plenty of space to carry a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, so that's what I plan to do. The updates will come, well, new videos will come as and when I have something to do. But if I keep this, well, I'll know in another month or two once I get the details of the other car and prices. So if I keep this, probably you can expect another video in October with some upgrades that I've done. And yeah, so that's about it for now. No, I'm off now. As I'm parked here, I'm going to get my camera out and maybe do some insect photography, get some pictures of dragonflies or something. There's a few of them floating around here. It's too hot for the birds to be out this time of the day, so I should do that. And and I'll speak to you again very soon, hopefully. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe and hit the like button. I know I don't update and post too many videos, but I definitely do post videos sometimes, and I try to do videos that are of quality rather than quantity. So but anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Goodbye.